Hello everyone, so welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for joining me today and being here and spending some of your day with me. Today we're doing something a little fun. I'm going to share with you my top picks that I have to have if I was stranded on a desert island, if my makeup collection suddenly went away and I was just down to these products. This would be the best collection. These products are incredible. They, time and time again, I just keep coming back to them. They're just really awesome. And every time I use these products, I always have a great makeup day. Now, of course, there's no way that I can put everything that's in here on my face because let's just be real, that would be a mess. Too much makeup, it's just too much. So I have everything just kind of thrown in this bag to sort of organize it. This is what I have upstairs in my bathroom. If I'm getting ready upstairs, this is what I'm going to be taking with me. And this little bag is just the right size to keep everything. If it's organized well, I can finish zipping it up. But I'm going to share with you all the products, and I'm going to do it in the order that I apply them. I think that would make it easier to kind of follow. And also, just a side note, you may notice the nasally sound of my voice. I am sick again. My kids are all sick. We've been getting sick almost every single month here since the new year, and it stinks, but we're here. So I am trying to do my videos and still produce content, even though I am under the weather. Just bear with me with the nasally sound of my voice. And also another thing is there may be some changes with lighting and video and audio quality because I upgraded my computer that I use to edit. So I am now trying to figure out this newer version of my MacBook because my old one was 11 years old and I got a new one for Mother's Day. So if you see any differences, anything change with audio, just bear with me as we figure things out. So let's get started. We have so much to talk about. So if I was stranded on a desert island, I would have to have an SPF. In general, we should all be wearing SPF to protect ourselves from the sun because it is very damaging and it actually causes premature aging. So it's super important to have a good SPF. For me, narrowing it down was really a no-brainer because this SPF from Colorscience, this is the Flex version, and it is made for fair skin tones. They do have one that corresponds to different skin tones. They have one for light, tan, and deeper skin tones. And what I love about this is that it actually turns into a realistic tone on the skin. It does not have a white cast, and it wears really nicely. And I like the way it looks. And it also gives me the opportunity to skip makeup, which I often do in the summertime or if I'm on vacation. I would just use this as my main foundation product for the day and then use concealer under the eyes and spot conceal where needed. And this makes the skin look really, really pretty. It's like a natural finish. It's not overly glowy and dewy like some other SPFs that have an actual sheen to them. This one does not. They also have a matte version if you would prefer a matte finish. And they have glowy ones. They have a bronzy one. They have so many options, but this hands down is the best SPF. And for me, I do have skin that does break out if I use the wrong products, and I don't have any issues with this SPF, and this is a mineral SPF 50. Primer. I gotta hand it to Charlotte Tilbury. You will be seeing a lot of this brand in this video because it is my favorite brand. Everything about it just tickles my pickle. So there you go. It is what it is. I love it, so you'll see a lot of her products in my must-haves. This is the Hollywood Flawless Filter. I wear shade 1. This is a product that has so many purposes for me, so I use it as a primer to give me that glow underneath my foundation, and I can also use it with no makeup on a completely no makeup day just to give my skin that glow, that healthy vitality look to the skin. I can also use it as a highlighter, and there are many products in the market that are trying to dupe this, but this to me is just, it's the best, and I will 100% come back to this time and time again, and I would not try to replace this with anything else. This is a must. So we're moving into the more of the complexion products. I have two foundations because they're both different. My first one, my Ride or Die, if I can only have one and I really had to just pick one over the other, it would be my Armani Luminous Silk. This is absolutely incredible. It's beautiful on the skin, wears well, blends well, it doesn't accentuate fine lines, and it doesn't settle in pores. It makes the skin look better. It's like your skin, but better, perfected in a no makeup looking way. It does not look like you're wearing anything, and I absolutely love it. I have it in shade 3, and it's a perfect match. Now, the next foundation, if I want a little bit more coverage, I'm wearing it today. If I want an Instagram filter in a bottle, It's the Hourglass Ambient Foundation. This is the Soft Glow Foundation. I wear 2.5 in this one, and it is a really good match, and I absolutely love it. One pump is sufficient, and sometimes even too much for my needs personally, but this makes the skin look beautiful. It is like a filter in real life on your skin. It's incredible. There are some kind of mixed reviews with undertones, so if you are considering this foundation, my suggestion would be to go into a Sephora and see if someone can help match you there, because online, the photos, it's just not good. Not a good way to find your color, but if you can find your shade, this is gorgeous on the skin. I wear it every day, and sometimes I mix it. These two mixed together, beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love mixing these two together, but today it's just this one solo. Concealers, correctors. I have one corrector, Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Magic Vanish corrector in shade number 1, Fair. It's the perfect peach tone to really cancel everything out and make it look like my under eyes are flawless when they're really not. I have an 8-month-old who still wakes up in the middle of the night for a feeding, and before that it was every few hours, so I relied heavily on this product. This is one I cannot be without. There's no question about it, and I have other correctors in my collection that are good, but they just don't compare to this. So for those reasons, this is my holy grail corrector always. Now, concealers. I have two, and I know it's supposed to be just my one in each category, but I have two very different concealers. One from Charlotte, the Radiant Beautiful Skin, and one from Huda. This is the Faux Filter Luminous Matte. Let's start with the Radiant one. This is exactly what it says. It's a radiant concealer. It's more hydrating, and it does have a sheen that you will notice under the eyes. It is a sheen that is done right to look beautiful and to actually make the under eye area look better. Not super shiny and glowy and shimmery that it's just not right, where it just highlights every imperfection. There's something really beautiful about this, and this is a medium coverage. I wear shade 2.5 Fair. Then the Huda. This one is the Luminous Matte. So it's not completely matte, but it's not luminous and dewy. It's not overly hydrating, but it's not flat, matte, and chalky and dry. So it's that sweet spot between combining a matte and a luminous finish together without the shimmer. It is beautiful. I'm wearing it today, and I just can't get enough of it. I love this so much that I ordered a shade darker so that when I do get a little bit of color with this upcoming summer season, I have this in a shade that would match me better. I love this concealer. Hands down, one of the best that I've ever tried. Setting powders. Here we go with two options. Two very different setting powders. The Huda Beauty. This is the mini Easy Bake Powder. I would just recommend that you purchase the full size because the mini is a mess and it's bulky, this cube shape. It might be kind of cute, but it's too much for the makeup bag. It's too much for travel. I would have just purchased the full size. Had I known this was going to be incredible, had I known that this was going to be the front runner of my loose setting powders in my collection, I would have just gotten the full size. So I'm sparing you the extra trip to Sephora. Just get the full size. I have it in Pound Cake, which is a good color match for my fair skin. There's several different options. There's even one that has a pinky tone, and some that are designed for medium skin, tan, and deeper skin tones, but Pound Cake is really good. It makes the under eye area look incredibly flawless. Now, if I do my corrector just a little bit right in this inner part here, if I do one of these two concealers and then set it with this, okay, we've got some flawless, perfected, beautiful looking under eye area without settling in fine lines. I have a few little tiny crow's feet. I'm in my late 30s. It is part of aging process and I'm okay with it, but these are just magic and you have to try this powder. The other one that is different, it is in the category of setting powder. It's a brightening flawless setting powder from Charlotte Tilbury. This is one that I use specifically to brighten under the eyes when I am done doing my makeup. I will take a small brush, dip it into the pan, and then just go underneath, clean up any fallout from eyeshadow, clean up the edge on the outer corner of my eye, and then brighten in this sort of triangular motion here to give my skin that brightness, that intense, bright under eye area. And I like it. When I don't do that, I notice a difference and I feel like something is missing. And it's this final step. There is a very subtle sheen to this that you will pick up, But I will say you will notice more sheen under the eyes when you use this powder over her Radiant Skin concealer, because this already has that sheen to it. So both of these together will give you a little bit more of a luminous finish under the eye. Not sparkly, glittery, and overly shimmery, but you will see that there's a sheen under your eyes. So I like to use this with that concealer and also my Huda. I use this with all my other concealers in my collection. It's a one that I have to have. I can't be without it. Not after I realize how brightening it is. It's a must. Moving on to bronzers. I have a cream and a powder version just because I feel like sometimes our moods change. You want cream, liquid, or powder depending on your skin at the moment. If your skin is really oily in the summer, you may want to use more powder products. And when your skin is a little drier, or if you have dry skin, you may lean towards the cream products. So for my cream bronzer, it's the bronzer stick from Rare Beauty. I wear the shade Power Boost. It is just perfect. The formula is creamy, it's blendable, it's not super shiny and dewy looking, but it's not flat and matte. It's a very pretty natural finish, and you scribble this on and blend it with your fingers. I use a beauty sponge or a brush. Any way that you choose to blend this in, it blends in like a dream. And there really isn't a learning curve when it comes to using this product. It really is simple, and you just kind of scribble it on, and that's another fun bit of it because it's just different. And it blends in and it looks so pretty. This one is a little bit more warm and a little bit darker than my next bronzer, which is a powder. And let's talk about this packaging, you guys. This is the powder bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury. It is beautiful. It's like a piece of art you want to leave out on your vanity. That's one of the things that I love about this brand is the packaging. It doesn't skimp on packaging, doesn't skimp on formula, doesn't skimp on the way it makes your skin look. This is the Airbrush bronzer in the shade 1 Fair, and it is very light. This is my bronzer that I'm wearing today, and I like this because the Rare is a little bit deeper. So if I want something a little bit more warm and dark, a shade up from this for the summertime, that's where this one comes in. I can use this tone all year round, and especially in the winter when I'm a little bit more fair. I can also put them together because they just look really great. And this one from Charlotte is an airbrush bronzer, and there is something very blurring about this product. It's not just a claim that she just threw on there. It really does have this sort of creaminess to the texture of this formula where it just blends easily, and the way it sits on the skin, it's just seamless, and I love it. It is expensive. It will run you close to $60, but look at how big this is. It's 16 grams of product. Need I say more? It's more than what you get in powders. It's more than what you would get in a blush. This is just incredible. The size, and it's also refillable. So if you finish and hit pan, you can save your compact and just pop it out through the back where there's a pinhole, and I think that's genius. Now the next category is blush. I am a hardcore blush lover. I've always enjoyed putting blush, but I feel like over the last 2 years, my blush collection has expanded significantly, okay? Every time I place an order online, it doesn't matter where it is, I'm always adding a blush to my order because I love it. I always feel like more is more when it comes to blush, so why not, right? So I have a few different formulas and a few different options because, like I said before, our moods change. And if I had to pick one in each finish, these would be it. And this was very hard. I felt like there was a lot of pressure. I was sweating bullets, y'all, trying to narrow down the options because I have so many that I just absolutely love. And I had to just narrow it down for this video. So for my stick and cream blush, I'm going to give it to the So Soft blushes from M Cosmetics. This shade here is Baby. Out of the entire range, this one I felt like was the one that was most unique to my collection at the time that I ordered it. It is a beautiful peony pink shade. It blends like nothing else. It wears beautifully, and it is a nice bright pink without being too neon and too pastel looking, and I feel like it's perfect for fair skin. They have other options, so if you are light skin, medium, or darker, check out the options because the formula is really special. Very, very special, and this color is everything. So I love that. I have some powder blushes. I'm going to start with my Pillow Talk blush. This is the Cheek to Chic blush from Charlotte. I'm including this not only because of the way it looks on the skin and the color, and I will show you. It's the one that has 2 rings of product, so you have this really pretty romantic pink that is very complementary to a lot of skin tones. That's why the Pillow Talk range is so popular, because she got the tone and the color right. The undertone is perfect, the color's right. So it is a shimmer, kind of luminous, glowy finish. That's what Charlotte does best, glowy products. So this ring on the outer part of the product will give you your blush. And I am choosing this one because I love the way this looks when I swirl my brush together, but I also like it when I just use the outer part, and it gives that natural flush, like an actual real mimicking what my skin would look like if I actually had some blushing going on naturally. And then it has a highlighter in the very center that you could use as your highlight. So it can condense down your routine and also the amount of product you have, because you have blush and highlight in one. You can use them all together, and it is just really pretty. Let me get a little bit more so you guys can see. It is very soft, and you may not even see it because I think I got too much of the highlighter. But with a brush, it goes on and it actually looks like skin. And there's a beautiful ethereal glow from this, that it's not overly dewy and metallic. Then I have a matte option, and this is the Color Infusion blush from Laura Mercier in the strawberry shade. I got this one last summer, and on camera it may come across really bright, but it's your typical classic pink. It is not neon and pastel. It's not too deep. There's not like that depth like a rose color, which I will show you one coming up next that is a little bit deeper. This one gives you, again, that same sort of flush to the skin, and you just have to try it to see what I'm talking about. Just the natural kind of flush. It's really flattering and very youthful looking on the skin. And it is matte, but it's creamy. And it doesn't feel dry, flaky. It is a beautiful matte formulation. And these blushes seem to get lost in translation with all the new stuff, all the latest and greatest, the hot new makeup at Ulta and Sephora. But this is an OG classic. This, you can't go wrong. You cannot. The other blush is the one that I'm wearing today with my highlighter, which I will show you in a moment. This one I recently got because it was a new release, but I fell in love immediately. I love the foundation from this brand, and this blush just stole my heart. It really did. It's the Armani Luminous Silk Blush. This is shade 51. It's what I'm wearing today with some highlight. It is very soft, light, and again, it gives me that natural look. It's not overly heavy looking on the skin. It's not unnatural. This is a little bit deeper than Laura Mercier, and I will show you both to compare so you can see what they look like. So this is the Laura Mercier Strawberry, and then here is the Armani. So Armani is just a little bit deeper. So if I had to kind of give you an idea of when I would use these, if I wanted to follow a specific color, time of the year type of thing, really like it, I would do the Strawberry for spring and summer because it's a little bit brighter. And then I would do 51 from Armani for fall and winter because it's just a little bit deeper. However, they're both different enough for me to include in this video because more is more, right? Highlighter. That was also a really difficult category to narrow down, but I have been using this highlighter since it came out on and off, and I just keep coming back to it. I've been using this highlighter for the last 2 weeks every single day, and it hit me where it's the perfect highlighter, perfect formula, the way it goes on, it's what I'm wearing, it's the glow that you're seeing on my skin, it's that juiciness that everybody likes and wants. And of course, it's gotta be Charlotte Tilbury, right? I told you in the beginning, I warned you, it's a lot of Charlotte. This is the Hollywood Glow Glide Face Architect Highlighter. Super long name, in Champagne Glow. And it is just beautiful. Everything about it is a 10 out of 10. I wouldn't change a thing about this formula, about this color. It is just gorgeous, and I feel like this color is complementary to many skin tones, not just fair. If you have light skin tone, medium, even tan skin, this would be nice. If you have deeper skin tone, this might actually be more noticeable because it's a champagne color versus something that has a little bit more depth to it. She does have other options for darker skin, but across the board, I feel like this one can suit a lot of skin tones, and that's one of the special things about it as well. And the packaging with the stars, the compact, I mean, look, her packaging is just so pretty. And let me show you up close this one here. The brightening powder, it's a pearl white with angel wings in gold. Like, who wouldn't want this on their vanity, right? Like, give me all the things, Charlotte, please. The brow category. I do not like doing my brows. I feel like it takes me forever because my brows are just a pain in the you-know-what. I have very sparse hairs. I have several bald spots. I have thin hair. I have thicker, coarse hair. It's a mess, okay? It's from overplucking and waxing since I was in my teens all the way until I was probably in my 30s. I would say that as I was approaching my mid-30s, I started realizing I need to lay off of the waxing and the plucking because it wasn't doing me any favors. If I had to choose a brand that just sort of across the board, it doesn't matter what brow product you choose from this brand, it's going to be a hit every single time. And I have to give it to the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is what put them on the map, brow products. And I absolutely love the formula. There is something special, which is why they've been in business for, what, 20 years, maybe more? And they're really successful because they just nailed the formulas just right. I have the Brow Wiz, which is thinner and finer for more precision and hair-like strokes, and the Brow Definer. This one is wider, triangular tip, and I like that slightly waxy formula. It helps with keeping the hairs in place and keeping them where you want them. And I absolutely love them. I wear medium brown when I have my hair freshly dyed with the deep red tones that I like. And then I have dark brown for more hair-like strokes because my actual hair itself has really dark pigment. And it also matches my natural roots. Now, the other one in my hand is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Brow Cheat in dark brown. I love this. I'm wearing it today because this matches my natural roots, which is what you see around the top and the hairline, because I haven't colored my hair in over 2 months and it is time for me to do my hair color. But when I don't have those vivid red tones, I need something a little bit deeper, and that's where the dark brown comes into play. Whereas when my hair is dyed fresh and it's vibrant and red, medium brown from Anastasia works because there is a little bit of warmth from this product. So that's why I have these 3 to show you. I am a little high maintenance when it comes to brows because I'm just extra that way, and my brows just kind of want to do their own thing. So I have to have a lot of products. And then, of course, I have to set them with something like shellac them down. And the only one that can really do that from when I apply my makeup first thing in the morning to when I take it off at the very end when everybody else is asleep, it's the Fluff and Hold Laminating Brow Wax from Too Faced. This is like super hold hairspray for your brows. And I wouldn't change a thing about it. It is perfect. I've tried other brow gels, and in fact, I ordered some during the last sale that Sephora had, and it was just more of a clear brow gel. It doesn't have the hold that I need for day to day when I put a lot of product in it. So this laminating wax is a must, 100%. Okay, so let's talk about eyeshadows. I have 2 palettes, and they're both very different, and that's the reason why I'm including 2 palettes, because I feel like if I had these 2 palettes, and honestly nothing else in my collection, I would not feel like I'm missing something. And there's a small quad that is ridiculously overpriced that I talked about in the last video from Surat, the Beyond Beige, that I would have included in here, but I'm really trying to reel it in and not have 5 in each category because I can do that. I can do that very well. So I'm trying not to, but I'm going to show you the one that I'm wearing today. This is the palette that kind of got me out of my basic, boring box of neutrals, browns, beige, slightly warm tans, neutrally tans, dark browns, champagne colors. It got me to a point where I'm looking forward to wearing colorful looks. The Italian Spritz from Too Faced is beautiful. It's the best palette that they've ever done. The formulation is incredible. A+ all the way around, and it's that old school metal component, which I love. And I will show you the colors. The blue that I'm wearing on my lower lash line is this one called Lake and Bake. You have to use your fingers in order to really get the full effect of these metallic colors. They're absolutely beautiful, and they go on and feel like a cream, but wear like powder. A brush is really not going to do it justice. You're really not going to get the most out of this, and you're going to appreciate it more by using your finger to just tap and apply the color. You've got some warm tones, you've got some fun pops of color, then you have, you know, some depth in here. You can do something really dark and kind of berry. Then you have something kind of warm and fun, and this color here that's kind of like a strawberry daiquiri kind of color. There's just something so beautiful about the layout of this. And most importantly, the way they blend, it's so easy to use. And this may look intimidating to some people. They see all these colors and like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, how to pair these colors. Is it going to be easy to blend? Is it going to be a mess? And no, it's not. They all work beautifully together, and there's just magic coming out of this palette, and you have to try it. My other palette is one that I've had for a few years, and I absolutely love it. I love every look that I've come up with using this palette, and every time, without fail, that I use this palette, my husband always says something about how my eyeshadow looks. Whenever I use my Natasha Denona Glam palette, I know he's going to say something, and he's going to notice because it's magic. The formula of Natasha is unlike anything else. It is just, yes, it's luxurious, it's pigmented, the range of colors, you have some cool tones, a little bit of some warmth, something kind of different. You have pinks, you have champagnes, which I love. Her formula, I can't get enough of it. Then you have some deep colors. You have the colors for transitions, for crease work. You have that really dark brown shade that's matte for liner, for smokiness on the outer V of the eye, lower lash line. You have this shimmery gray for like a cool tone look. Some golds for warmth. I mean, it has it all, and the formula cannot be beat. I have her Dream palette, which I also like a lot, but the Glam palette, that was my first big, or I should say medium size, because she has other larger ones. That was my first palette in this sort of setup like this, was the Glam palette, and it is worth every single penny. So eyeliners, I have two. I have a liquid eyeliner, which is the Benefit They're Real Extreme Precision Liner. This is black as night. It is rich. The way the ink flows from start to finish, it is just smooth, and it is intense. And you can also smudge it, which I do often, to kind of diffuse the line so it doesn't look like a thick line. And it gives me that richness, that depth, that bold color, but it's so easy to use. And I'm completely out of this. I'm using one from the drugstore, which gives me a very similar effect. It's one from Maybelline. I am completely out of this, and I need to order one ASAP because this is 100% the best black liquid liner that I have ever used. Then for my pencil, I'm going to stick with the Victoria Beckham. This is a Satin Kajal liner in Cocoa. This is a dark brown. It's not too light of a brown, but it's not too dark where it kind of looks black. There is some depth and richness. It's like a really deep, rich chocolate. So I have tightline with this, and it works. I normally would have tightline with a black pencil, and the one that I use is the Makeup by Mario. Also a really great formula. But again, I'm trying to really stick to just one. I'm not doing very good at that, right? But one in the pencil category, I'm going to just stick with the Victoria Beckham. Really nice formula. And then the last product for eyes is mascara. The Tarte Tubing Mascara gives me length, volume, thickness, and it comes off in little tubes so it doesn't kind of run if I'm having like a sick day like today where my eyes are running a lot, or if I'm caught in the rain, or if I'm crying or whatever. It doesn't run, it stays in place. And the true test of this was when I wore this mascara during childbirth. When I had my son 8 months ago, this is what I wore, and my lashes looked the same from when I walked in to check in at the hospital to when I finally took my shower before heading home. It was still there. I couldn't believe it. So I have to have this in my collection at all times. I love it. And I also really love other mascaras. If I didn't have this one, if I could give you some other options, recommendations, the Ilia Limitless Mascara is gorgeous. Like, that is another hit. And my backup to this, because I need to get rid of this in about another 2 to 3 weeks, I'm going back to my Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes from Charlotte. This is a beautiful formula. I love it. I've gone through probably 3 or 4 tubes of this since this product launched. It's a fresh tube waiting to be busted open, and I'm coming for it once I finish this one up, but this is good from Tarte. So lip products. I have 3 lip liners, and if I had to just narrow it down to really kind of stick with just one that I could use no matter what tone of lipstick or lip product I'm using, no matter what formulation of lip product, or even if it's just a clear gloss or balm, it's got to be the Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury. It's my lips but better. It's the perfect match for my lips, and it's a no-brainer, and I think it's important to have a lip liner in your collection that is almost exactly to your lip color. Like, it's a must. I also have 2 other ones. The one I'm wearing is from Buxom. This is the Hush Hush Henna. I lined and filled. This one is a little bit deeper, actually much deeper than Pillow Talk, and much more of a deep rose, whereas the Pillow Talk is a little bit more pink. Pillow Talk and this one, this is the Lancome Lay Lip Liner in Natural Mauve. I love this, but this gives me a very similar effect that Pillow Talk does. It's one of those, and that's why I'm sharing it with you, because it's that concept of your lips but better kind of color. So 2 different formulations. I think that they're similar in tone and the way they wear. Lancome has a lip brush, so I'm giving you another recommendation there. One lipstick to wear every single day, no matter what look I'm wearing. It's what I'm wearing today over the Buxom, and it's Berry Vanilla Italian Marble Lipstick from Laura Geller. It is a pretty, pretty pink shade. Like, it's pink, but it's not bubblegum pink. It's not neon. It's not too dark. It's that beautiful classic pink color with a bit of a slight glossy sheen to it, which is nice. And the color is very flattering to my skin tone. And again, it matches every single look that I'm wearing. Today I'm doing something very warm, kind of bronzy and coppery, and it looks fine, and I like it. So that would be my lipstick choice. Then my gloss would be the Tower 28 gloss. This is beautiful. Coconut is the shade that I have here to show you. I love the thickness and richness of this. It's thick, but not goopy thick. It's thick enough where it's going to last and stay on for a good bit. It's not going to make your lips stick together. You're not going to see those little lines of product, which is so gross. This is pigmented, but it's high shine, and that's what I love about it. I chose a colored gloss because I could honestly just do this as my lip for the day and skip the liner, skip the lipstick, and it's great. So that's why I chose a colored lip product for that category. And then my final thing, the final touch for all of this to kind of mesh together, to melt together, to look beautiful, seamless, and perfected on the skin, you have to set it. Sorry. Gotta give it to Charlotte. She knows how to do setting sprays as well. This is the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, and it is truly spectacular. I used to never use setting sprays. I have several in my collection, and I have some that are very popular, some from the drugstore, but they never really kind of stuck in my routine until I tried this, and this sort of changed it all for me. It just sort of takes down that powdery look if you have that with your makeup. It locks everything into place, it melts all your layers together, and then it keeps it in place all day. Enough said. It's the best. Okay, we're done. We made it to the end. Yes. Thank you so much for being here, for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that maybe you will try something in this video that I shared and it will become one of your favorites, because these products are absolutely spectacular and I cannot be without these. These are my ride or dies. I have to have these. There's no question asked. Like, it's a must. When I finish, I will replenish. That's it. End of story. So I will have everything listed for you in the description box, along with the colors that I wear in the complexion products and the numbers. Everything will be listed for you. Face products, lips, eyes. I will break everything down to make it easier for you in case you're wanting something in a specific category from today's video. It's down below. Subscribe for more videos like this in the future. I post a video every single week on Fridays, and I enjoy the community that we've built here. You guys mean so much to me. And if you want to chat with me outside of YouTube, I have Instagram. It's here on the screen. I hope to chat with you there. We can be friends. Take care, and I'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.